don't know if you know this, but there isn't just one Hulk versus movie. Actually, you probably do know that. I don't know why I said that. Welcome back to Browntable, where we talk about characters in tights beating each other up, and today we're talking about Hulk versus Thor. In the 2000s, Lionsgate and Marvel came together to release Marvel animated features. And when they released Hulk vs, it wasn't just one movie, but two. Now don't jump for joy because these aren't like two 90-minute movies. They're two 40-minute movies. They're just short films, but hey, you know what they say, it's not the size that counts, it's how you use it. And the first one is the one we all know, Hulk vs. Wolverine, but there's a movie not many talk about as much, and that's what we're talking about today, Hulk vs. Thor. And let me tell you, honestly, little me did not give a shit about Thor. Sure, I knew of him, I read some of his comics, I kicked ass with him in Marvel Ultimate Alliance, but he wasn't like Wolverine to me, obviously. So I rarely ever watched Hulk vs. Thor. So rewatching it for this video was almost like watching it for the first time. What also surprised me was the amount of people that said they preferred this movie to Hulk vs. Wolverine, which had me like, what? There's no way, you know? Not to be that guy, but I remember this movie compared to Hulk vs. Wolverine. Hulk vs. Wolverine felt like it gave 100% of everything it could, especially with its gratuitous violence and its like insane story. And this one felt a lot more tame compared to it, which is what made it less appealing to me. But I've come to realize what Hulk vs. Thor lacks in visual flair, it makes up for in pretty much everything else. And honestly, upon leaving this movie, I kind of was like, okay, they kind of fucking cooked. They kind of cooked, okay? They did. And I want to show you just how they did so. So yeah, let's talk about this movie more. We should acknowledge its existence more because it's pretty friggin' dope. So let's hop on the Rainbow Bridge and let's talk about Hulk versus Thor. Real quick, two things to mention. One, Travis Willingham voices Thor in Marvel Rivals, and he's voiced Thor for like more than a decade at this point. But before that, there was Matthew Wolff, who voices Thor in this movie and also in Thor Tales of Asgard. And second, I love Opera. Not Opera the style of music, Opera the browser. Opera makes you feel like Thor, making every other web browser feel like Loki. Opera's quite literally built different, and for good reason. Opera has Aria built in, an AI model connected to the web providing real-time information. Let me just highlight any text online and get an explanation easy as pie. It's super helpful because I know this may be hard to believe, but I don't know everything. I know! Workspaces are also really neat. I can keep tabs in separate workspaces, which makes browsing really simple. I can switch context by clicking the top of the sidebar, and yeah, this is actually a call out. It's really annoying seeing people have like a trillion tabs open in their web page, so just use Opera. It's so much easier. Opera also has its own built-in VPN for absolutely private browsing. You don't want hackers or your own internet service provider getting your information, right? Yeah, it's free, unlimited, and doesn't log your activity or information. So check out Opera by clicking the link in the description below. You'll thank me later. Thank you so much, Opera, for sponsoring this video. So awesomely, the movie begins with us traveling through the stars alongside the Rainbow Bridge to reach Asgard. And as we're traveling, whose music accompanies us? Of course, it's the one, the only, Guy Michelmore. Dude's composed every single Marvel animated feature and he always cooks. His style, extremely recognizable, almost to a fault though. Because it's reaching the point where like, every movie's composed by him, so every movie kind of sounds the same. But I mean still, it works really well. He gives all these Marvel movies a larger than life feel, and also the Marvel shows he's worked on. So at this point of the movie, we get a narration by a character.
Asgard is home to the gods.
He talks about Asgard and how since Odin is cracked like 99% of the time of the entire year, that 1%, he needs to fucking nap. He needs to power nap for a full 6 days. 6 days they call the Odin sleep.
The Odin sleep.
The Odin sleep. Unless it is 6 and I wrote it wrong, it's 7 days. A whole fucking week. And for this week, Asgard is unprotected. Every single goddamn monster, villain, opposing force tries to attack Asgard and take it and the 9 realms over. Imagine that's how the world worked. No, like actually, like imagine you're at your job and you're like, I'm gonna take a week off vacation. Like I'm kind of tired. And then your boss is like, if you leave, we will be overrun by Satan himself. You live in a Smiling Friends episode. But it doesn't matter. It's chill because Thor's there. He protects Asgard. And at the same time, we get the fun revelation of who the narrator was all along.
oafish brute of a stepbrother.
Agatha all along? Fuck you. It was this old man all along. Speaking of men, Bruce Banner gets summoned to Asgard, and you're like, whoa, what's he doing here? Oh, right, this movie's called Hulk vs. Thor, right? What am I saying? And oh my god, dude. Every single time I watch one of these, I'm like, right, another childhood crush, bro. So Loki and my goat Enchantress is there, and they plan to use Bruce Banner, turn him into the Hulk, and get the Hulk to beat Thor. Not beat him off, to beat him in combat. Not beat him in combat, to defeat him in combat. I needed to clarify, it's because I know you were confused. Don't worry, I got you. So then we get to the Warriors 3, just chillin', killing time after slaughtering hordes of enemies, and it's nice to know they won't die in this movie. Unlike in Ragnarok, where they were unceremoniously killed off, because this movie wouldn't kill them off like that, right? This movie wouldn't kill them. So we cut to Thor, who's frustrated at the cycle of violence that the Odin sleep causes, and he hates that people he knows have to die, and he's like feeling bad about it, so Sif comes in and he's like, "Oh, Sif, what do I do? I'm so sad." And then Sif comes in and she's like, "You have to let them die." She does say that though. No, I mean, you have to let them die because if the Odin sleep stops, if your dad dies, then Ragnarok is coming and everyone will die. So you have to be okay with people dying because if not, everyone will die. Which is insane. What a way to console your boyfriend. But you know what? Go for it, Sif.
Must we be chained to this eternal struggle?
Be careful what you wish for, my love.
And we get this funny ass cut, you know, Thor and Sif hug, and it cuts to fucking Loki just there. And it reminds me of Morbius. You know in Morbius where Morbius and his girlfriend, they're like making out on a rooftop. And Milo, Milo, he's just watching them from a distance like... So funny. So Loki goes on to continue his plan. Separate the Hulk from Banner and go into the Hulk's mind and essentially control him to destroy Asgard or whatever. Which I guess means killing his dad. Right? Like, you kind of have to do that to take over Asgard. I say this because I'm gonna complain about it later, so just note that. So with the help of Enchantress, Loki is now the Hulk, and he pulls a Taika Waititi and murders the Warriors 3. No! Why? Now let me just say, this movie's nowhere near as violent as Hulk vs. Wolverine, but it is still a very good amount of fun. Where else are you gonna see the Hulk beating the shit out of horses? Dude! Sick. Oh wait, there is one movie, you'll find out eventually. And so Hulk breaks through this gate that leads into Asgard and pummels the hell out of Baldur to do it. But not before Baldur can suck and blow. On a horn. The horn alerts Thor, and when Thor arrives and sees Hulk, he's like, whoa, 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 this is my hammer. Whoa.
Dr. Banner, can you hear me inside the beast?
But alas, hilariously, Loki starts talking from the Hulk's mouth. And dude, it would have been so awesome if Fred Tatasciore was like Loki and he voiced Loki's voice through the Hulk. But that doesn't happen.
Why have you come here? Why, to kill you, of course.
Like, Hulk's vocal cords just fully change, and it's just Loki's voice.
Dear stepbrother.
It's like if MCU Hulk just started talking like a regular guy, you know? It wouldn't make any sense.
Green. Did you get that? I'm kidding.
So they fight, and at some point Loki decides to pick up Thor's hammer. Why does he do that? I don't know. Either way, Thor prevents this and he just electrocutes the shit out of Loki, and it's awesome.
Thunder!
Uh-oh, problem. The impact causes Hulk and Loki to split minds again. Loki's back in his body, and the Hulk, there's no Banner. It's just a fucking creature now. And there's no more calculated planning, no more tact. It's just straight up a crazed beast against Thor. And the fight? It's pretty much not a fight, dude. It's just a beatdown. At one point, Hulk just straight up breaks Thor's wrist. Like, whoa. You're thinking there like, shit, now what's Thor gonna do? Fucking die? Yes, he dies. Now here's the thing. Thor's hot. So, of course, Enchantress is like, I'm not gonna let a hot-ass guy die. I just wanted to make him hurt, not kill him. See, Enchantress is in love with Thor, obviously. Like, the movie insinuates that she became evil because Thor decided to be with Sif and not with her, and that's all the movie gives you. So she sneaks off and heals Thor by kissing him.
Where is Loki?
Thor goes on to look for Loki with the Enchantress's help, and Loki is freaking out because he realizes that, Hulk might just go up there and kill Odin himself, bruh! What am I gonna do? And like, dude, what did you think was gonna happen? What did you think was gonna happen if you took over Asgard? Odin only sleeps for like 6-7 days and he's gonna wake up. What are you gonna do? What do you think he's gonna do? Let you rule Asgard? Like, oh, my son, you're here. I guess I'll just let you rule because everyone's fucking dead. No, he'll fucking kill you, so you should probably kill him, right? But then if you kill him, you cause Ragnarok. So what the fuck was the plan, Loki? Oh my god, I forgot the dumbest thing he did. He killed Bruce Banner.
You killed him! Do you know what you've done?
And this is where the movie starts getting great, because since he died there and not on Earth, fucking Hela has his soul. Hela almost took Thor's soul, actually, when the Hulk beat the shit out of him. So what does this mean, everyone? It means that Thor and Loki have to travel to Hell to get Bruce's soul back from Hela. Insane plotline. Like what? Like the story just did like a fucking just took a fucking right turn and was like, all right, now we're doing this. This is insane. We're cooking. And they decided to cook, and the movie starts getting crazy. The substance is coming because Loki sends his minions and allies against the Hulk to stall for time as they travel to Hell to speak with Loki's daughter, Hela.
I always forget what a busy time the Odin sleep is for my daughter.
But not before, oh shit, Bruce wakes up in a sick-ass cabin next to Betty Ross? What? Oh my god, Betty Ross acknowledgement. It's Christmas. So yeah, Bruce basically has everything he's ever wanted now. What's going on? Shut up, he has a son. That's so wholesome. Now we of course cut back to Thor and Loki. They're trying super hard to have Hela give back Bruce's soul. And Thor and Loki are just getting nowhere until Loki's mischievous ass goes in and is like,
You have half a soul. You need the Hulk to complete your prize.
honestly, by the way, Hell doesn't sound too bad. Hear me out. Like, you get to live out the rest of eternity comfortably. Everything's exactly how you've wanted. Dude, Hela fucking rules, man. I bet you that if Betty Ross was also dead and in Hell, Hela would allow them to be together. But Thor has to rip Bruce out of eternal bliss to become the Hulk again. And of course, he's like, what are you doing? He's got the love of his life in his arm. He's taking care of his son. He's in a cabin right next to like a river. Dude, fuck you, Thor. Eat my fucking ass, Thor. And Thor's like, no, I need you to be a hero, bro. You're an Avenger. He doesn't say that. You're an Avenger. I know you're a hero. Do it. It looks like he's pointing a gun at him. Thor isn't holding Bruce at gunpoint. Imagine, holy shit. Bruce, turn into the fucking Hulk again, you son of a bitch. This movie's already crazy. Thor's hammer just turns into a fucking gun. What? That'd be so funny, dude. Oh my god. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Anyways, he tells Bruce to be a hero. And of course, Bruce, just guess what Bruce says. Guess what Bruce says.
Be that hero now. No.
That's my fucking goat. Be selfish for once, man. But it doesn't matter because Hela brings the Hulk to Hell to merge back with Bruce, and Bruce will only get the rewards of the afterlife once he merges back with the Hulk, which like, bruh, annoying. And of course, Bruce decides to combine with the Hulk to prevent Thor and Loki from dying, because at the end of the day, he is a hero.
You called him weak, Loki. But there is more strength and courage in that man than you will ever know.
So now fused back with the Hulk, Hela sends Bruce back to Earth and also has the ground eat Loki. I'm not joking.
I helped you!
I could fight you for Loki's soul.
Will you?
No.
It's so fucking metal. Did you know that this movie and Drag Me to Hell came out the same year? Wild. Then we get this absolute banger of a scene, holy shit.
Know this, Odin's son. Your soul will be mine.
We shall see.
There's something so sick about lines being delivered like that. Like, that's not gonna happen now, that's gonna happen in the future. In this movie, we didn't just go to Asgard, we go to hell too. And that's so cool, it makes the world feel more alive, more rich. The movie feels like a middle chapter in a long story where characters already know each other, you know? And that's one thing I love about Hulk vs. Thor. And right after, we get the funniest shit ever. Odin, just moments after being almost destroyed by the Hulk, casually wakes up, not even a second goes by. Not even a second. And he immediately goes,
"Thus the cycle begins anew."
"Bitch, you just woke up? Relax, bro." Imagine you wake up immediately and you're like, "Hello, I'm ready to go." Like, no fucking way. Do you have any idea what everyone just went through? Like, come on. Also, I gaslit you. The Warriors 3 are totally fine. They weren't killed off in a stupid way. This movie wouldn't do something that insane. And we get this honestly phenomenal ending, where Odin himself honors the lives lost and honors a hero of Midgard, Earth. And that's Bruce Banner. And we see the Asgardians hail Bruce Banner. They're like, "Long live Bruce Banner," basically. And we cut to Earth, and we see Bruce Banner, and he's alone. He just walks quietly away into the distance. It's so bittersweet. It's so tragic, man. It's so friggin' good, dude. It's such a good fucking ending. Like, damn. That's so... He had everything he wanted for like a second. Hulk is a tragedy up until, like, I guess the very, very end, where I would assume there has to be a story where he finds peace. But, like, throughout his life, it's got to be a tragedy. That's just the character, and they did that brilliantly in this movie, honestly. So that's where it ends. That's Hulk vs. Thor. Was it as good as Hulk vs. Wolverine? No. To me. To some, it might be better, because the plot is honestly pretty interesting and can get really involved, and you really do feel like you're going on an adventure. I do think that its biggest weakness is that it's a Thor movie. And it's not to say that Thor isn't a good character or that people don't like him. It's just that, again, he's no Wolverine. He's no Spider-Man, you know? So I feel all the attention went to Hulk vs. Wolverine. But if you have this movie available to you, or you can watch it somehow, don't ignore it. It's a good time for sure. And I think it's one of those movies that gets better as it goes on. Like, the further the plot progresses, you're like, whoa, this is getting, like, interesting as shit. They went to hell. That was so cool. That was really dope, honestly. And a thing I love, I think it always comes down to the Hulk and Bruce and their dichotomy. They have to sadly coexist. It's always so interesting and fun to watch, and I hope you aren't sick of the Hulk, because the next movie is a huge movie. I love this movie. I remember loving it. Maybe it's bad. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while. But this one is Planet Hulk. That is the next movie in the Marvel Animated Features series, and it is the second to last movie in that series. And I'm very, very excited to finally talk about it. So thanks so much for watching the video. Remember to watch Interstellar Ranger Commence. Thanks so much to Pig Wars for this pixel version of Hope Griffin. It's so friggin' dope. Make sure to become a channel member if you want to support the channel. And make sure to like and subscribe to become a chair. Thanks so much for coming to the table, and I'll see you all next time.